Do you have diabetes? Do you have high cholesterol? Do you have a family history of XYZ? Nope.
Only that a lot of it for me is genetic.
Health and weight are not the same. People say, like, why is she still so big? Health and weight are not the same. How do you feel having another failed weight loss surgery? Health and weight are not the same. People assume that I'm eating poorly, and people I know who are going to comment, you eat a ton of bread and pasta. No, I don't. It's got sugar. It's still warm. We should try it cold.
What's going on, good and wonderful people? It's Sage here, and I'm back with another banger today. This is Cringe Commentary, a channel that is solely focused on exposing the knuckleheads on the internet. And we have a newcomer to this channel, Alexandra Rodriguez, Alexandra Rodriguez, because our girl loves attention. I get that this is an Amberlynn Reid. I guess this is an Amberlynn Reid reaction channel, but I thought that for today's episode of Cringe Commentary, we do a little pivot and talk about another girl in girl world, Alexandra Rodriguez, somebody who has been in the YouTube game for about 11, 12 years, about as long as our girl Amberlynn Reid, but Alexandra is a special case. Now, she started off as a seemingly innocent content creator. She made content about travel, fashion. She, of course, got into the plus size, healthy at every size, body positivity space in the Haze movement. And unfortunately, that backfired because once she realized that you cannot, in fact, be healthy at every size, her audience pretty much called her out on it. She's had multiple weight loss surgeries that she did not disclose with her audience. She had a lap band as a teenager, had to get that patched up because it was not healthy for her at all. In addition to that, she had a tummy tuck that she did not disclose to her audience. And when she was finally confronted on this, she had to make humiliating videos addressing it.
You photoshopped. You've gotten weight loss surgery. You had a tummy tuck and didn't tell us about it. 100%. And that eats me alive every day. Oh my gosh, the tummy tuck last year, November. I have no bigger regret in my life than not sharing the tummy tuck. I look back on that and I knew in my heart and in my gut and in my soul that I should share that with you guys. And I heard so many different things from people in my life telling me not to share it, especially a manager figure. I'll never forget when I talked to her about it. I told her, I'm like, look, I feel like I need to share this. And she told me it would affect my body positive brand and that it wouldn't be smart to share. And I listened, and that is 100% on me. I knew in my gut that I wanted to share that journey with you guys. Like, I've shared everything. A manager figure. I'll never forget when I talked to her about it. I told her, I'm like, look, I feel like I need to share this. And she told me it would affect my body positive brand and that it wouldn't be smart to share.
And perhaps her most iconic moment on YouTube, which was when she came in front of the camera at around 400 pounds, announcing that she was actually getting gastric bypass surgery.
So let's be vulnerable. Okay, as you can tell by the title of this, I am having gastric bypass surgery. When you're watching this, I will be in surgery. I didn't post this before the surgery because I didn't want to read a bunch of negative stuff and get in my head about it. I have been working, with my surgery program for the last few months, and I didn't want to share it. There's so much to say. I don't want to make this channel and all my platforms a weight loss thing.
Now, her main motivation for getting this surgery was to start a family, which she desired, but she knew that she couldn't do at 400 pounds because, unfortunately, you have conception issues when you're morbidly obese. And even after losing 100 pounds, I guess, from that surgery, she still had issues with conceiving. Unfortunately, she did suffer a miscarriage with her first pregnancy. Her second pregnancy, she was able to carry to full term, but she did have complications with that pregnancy, and now she actually wants another child. And mind you, she is somebody that has only kept off around 75 pounds from bariatric surgery, which is horrible, by the way. But she's also in her 30s, so for her to get pregnant right now is extremely, extremely high risk unless she does something about it. But that's what we're going to get into later in this video. And if you guys enjoy content like this, be sure to hit the like button, comment, rate, share, and subscribe. That will help me out tremendously.
So I really wanted to first put this out there and kind of gauge how you guys feel about it and how much content about it you would want to see. Some of my Weight Watcher content from years ago, you guys loved so much. And I was contemplating on whether or not I wanted to share this because a couple months ago I had said that I was never talking about weight again, and I hate how much I've talked about weight on my channel over the years.
Now, I personally speculate that she wants to do Weight Watchers as an opportunity to grift reviews. I know that's a terrible thing to say about her, but given her actions in the past, it's not that bad to assume such a thing. I mean, come on now. Why are you even talking about this if you've had multiple weight loss surgeries, if you have said on this platform that health and weight are not the same and you don't want to talk about weight anymore, but all of a sudden you do? I think it's because it's for the views. You are a channel that literally has 580,000 subscribers, yet you can only get 20,000 views on a video. At the time of me making this video, that video has 40,000 views, which is actually pretty good for her channel. So I guess she sees this as an opportunity to grift for more views. And I hate to say that, but I really do think that's true.
Weight kind of exhausts me. Like, it's been like a long life of, you know, being aware and conscious and concerned about my weight. So a little background on me if you're new here. I had gastric bypass how many years ago? Like, was it 3 years ago now? 3 or 4? 3? And I lost a really good amount of weight. Since post-pregnancy, I've kept off from my highest about 70 pounds. I am still very much overweight, obese, plus size, whatever word you want to use.
And there you go, guys. There we have it. She finally disclosed the truth about her weight. Not even 2 minutes into the video, she says that she's only kept about 70 pounds off from her highest weight. Mind you, she got bariatric surgery. I want to say she was around 390, probably 400 pounds. So for her to keep off at least, I don't know what happened with my camera right there, but for her to keep off at least 70 pounds since her surgery about 3 or 4 years ago is actually horrendous. She would have been better off taking Ozempic. I don't think there was a weight loss drug at the time of her getting weight loss surgery, but she would have been better off just doing something else other than bariatric surgery, which is a very invasive and life-changing surgery. I'm pretty sure she got the full gastric bypass. Yeah, that's a very difficult surgery to go through, and the fact that she's lost very little weight and she eats a lot, because even though she's had weight loss surgery, she still eats a lot for a bariatric patient, which is why she is not losing weight anymore. She's in fact gaining weight, because that's considered metabolic surgery. So now that you have a smaller stomach, you actually have a lower metabolism, so you can't eat the same amount of calories as a normal 300-pound person would eat for them to lose weight. You'd have to eat a specific amount of calories for you to lose weight as a bariatric patient with a smaller stomach. So her going on Weight Watchers, I'm pretty sure she has like 43 points. I'd have to find the video clip, but I've already seen the video before. Don't judge me, okay? I am a reaction channel, but I'm also more so a commentary channel. But she has 43 Weight Watchers points. That is 43 Weight Watchers points for a person that has no bariatric surgery, that doesn't have a smaller stomach. That's assuming that you have a normal metabolism, but you don't have that if you're a bariatric patient, so it's different. And her story in particular goes to show that nothing works unless you work. She, of course, is somebody that has had multiple weight loss surgeries, and she can't even get back to the original weight that she was when she started her YouTube channel. I think she was in the low 200s. Multiple weight loss surgeries later, she is still well over 300 pounds. So yeah, like I said, that goes to show that nothing works unless you work. She has to really fix up what's going on up here in her mind before any of this weight can go off. It doesn't matter if it's weight loss surgery, if it's a tummy tuck, if it's liposuction, Ozempic, it doesn't matter. You know, it's not going to come off unless she changes what's up here. But I will give her this. She is about 6-7 months postpartum, but she did say that a lot of her pregnancy weight did fall off. So that tells me that she was pretty much approaching her heaviest weight, her pre-bariatric surgery weight, while she was pregnant, which is very, very sad and unfortunate.
After pregnancy, like, a lot of the pregnancy weight just kind of came off naturally, and like I didn't really gain a lot during my pregnancy. But at the end of the day, I am still heavy. I'm a heavy girl, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there is. There is something wrong with being obese. And this is why you will actually fail at Weight Watchers. That's my prediction. You lack the mindset to actually lose the weight, which is why you will still be 300 pounds trying Weight Watchers. That's the thing. It's 80% mental, as I've said multiple times in this video already. But because you don't think there's anything wrong with being a bigger girl, that's why you will always stay the same. And what's funny, the cognitive dissonance with this woman is so apparent that even though she says there's nothing wrong with being 300 pounds, with being a bigger girl, she herself has had a health event.
And one day I was with my mom and I was like, can you look at this? And she was immediately just like, that might be a blood clot. Like, you need to call the doctor right now. Oh, fine. Like, literally the most terrifying experience of my life, because like, although I've always been heavy, I've always honestly had pretty good health. I have good cholesterol. I have good blood pressure. My blood levels are really good. So I've never really had like a weight related issue before. They ended up sending me to a specialist, and thank God when they had gone to do that first scan, the blood clot was in like a dead vein. But they're just gonna like keep an eye on it. But one of the biggest things that the doctor said was to prevent anything in the future, like, because I have a lot of varicose veins, I'm more prone to like have a clot. So I need to stay moving and lose weight, honestly. Like, losing weight will take off some of that pressure. So she didn't say I had to lose like an insane amount or anything, but I'm definitely like trying to.
Yes, Alex, you do need to lose an insane amount of weight. Once again, you were about 330 pounds. When you started YouTube, you were like in the low 200s, I think. Yeah, like I said, you're not even at your original weight when you started the YouTube page, despite multiple weight loss surgeries. This is insane. My question for you is, why did you get all those weight loss surgeries if you did not need to lose an insane amount of weight? Why did you get denied for health insurance if you did not need to lose an insane amount of weight? One day, I really hope that this woman confronts her cognitive dissonance, because she really does have a warped perception of reality.
And I just want to take charge of my health. I want to be around a long time for my son. I want to be healthy for my son. I could cry for some reason just talking about my beautiful little son. I just want to be the happiest, healthiest version of me for him. And I don't ever want to put him in a position where something happens to mom over something that she could have controlled.
I'm glad that your son is motivation for you to actually make a change in your life. But as I've said, once again, the only way things are going to change if God, I'm sorry, y'all. The only way things are going to change is if you change your mindset. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't say that there's nothing wrong with being a big girl, but then say a few minutes later that, oh, well, I want to be there for my son Anderson, and if something happens to me in the long run, I don't want something to happen to me that I could have prevented. You can't say that and then say that too. That's a contradiction. That's an oxymoron. Again, you cannot be healthy at every size.
So in terms of like losing weight, I know right now there's a lot of amazing medication. I'm not like against the medication. I think it's like wonderful for so many people, but I would like to try on my own, because I know when I was consistent with Weight Watchers before, and this was years ago, I did lose weight and I found really amazing ways to eat nutritious foods that were delicious.
My question is, why does it have to be Weight Watchers specifically? Like, I get the concept of Weight Watchers, but you can still eat a lot of food that are you can still eat a lot of food that's technically 0 points and still be in a caloric surplus. And considering that, again, we're dealing with somebody with a bariatric metabolism, which is not the same. You shouldn't really have the same point system as a normal 330-pound woman. I'm just saying. But why does it have to be Weight Watchers though? Why can't you just Google the stuff that's healthy and nutritious? Why can't you just YouTube the stuff that's healthy and delicious? There are plenty of cooking inspired channels on YouTube with millions of subscribers. You have Greg Doucette, you have Will Tennyson, you have what's his name, Remington James. I looked at those channels when I was losing weight. They have a lot of helpful meal plans, a lot of helpful tips, a lot of helpful weight loss hacks that are nutritious, that are beneficial. But why does it have to be Weight Watchers specifically? You say that you had success with it in the past, but things are different now. This was pre-bariatric surgery. Your life is different now. You need to do something different.
Your girl loves a yummy treat. So I love that Weight Watchers has like so many different, not hacks per se, but like you can find a lot of great healthy alternatives and recipes and get your protein, have less sugar, and like not feel deprived, because that's the biggest thing for me. Like that's why I don't like calorie counting. I like the points because there's a ton of like lower point foods. You're never just like, oh, you can't eat. I don't like that feeling of being restricted.
I understand the feeling of not wanting to be deprived, but again, there's nothing wrong with counting calories. In fact, you can achieve the same things that you're trying to achieve by calorie counting. I mean, like once again, I don't understand why do you have to do Weight Watchers? Like, this is such a flawed weight loss program, in my opinion, at least. You're better off just tracking your food and weighing it in grams and figuring out what your TDEE is. You know what? For the purposes of this video, I will actually post Alexandra's TDEE. She's like 5'7", 330. That's her TDEE right here on your screen. Subtract 500 pounds from that, and that 500 pounds, 500 calories from that, and there you go. That's your caloric deficit. If you just lightly exercise, move your body a little bit more, because I know you don't really like to exercise much. You only like to exercise 3 times a week on that app. What's that app she was using? I can't think of the app, but she was grifting off this little app, this little exercise app. I'm going to put it right here once I remember it, if I remember it. But if you know what I'm talking about, just comment the name of the app down below. But the point I'm trying to say is she is definitely somebody that will overeat using Weight Watchers. In fact, by design, she's actually going to overeat on Weight Watchers because of the fact that she can't really eat as much. She can't eat 43 points of food, even though technically 43 points of food would put her in a caloric deficit. But mind you, her metabolism is different. She's had bariatric surgery. So, yeah, this whole thing is just silly. Why not just eat the calories of a bariatric patient, which is under eating, by the way? But that's the thing. Naturally, you have a smaller stomach, so you're supposed to under eat. That was the point of the surgery. Like, her doing this literally defeats the purpose of her getting all those weight loss surgeries. It's just so sad to see what, her life has come to at this point. I really do feel for her. And she said that she wants to try to do this on her own before she moves on to a weight loss injection like Ozempic and Wegovy. Honestly, that's gonna be your next path, and I'm predicting it right now on this channel. Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide, whatever she decides to go through. She's cheap. She's probably just gonna get a semaglutide type of drug. But whatever she decides, I'm here for it. I'll react to it. But yeah, this is really sad. Like, she really has a sad story, man. But yeah, I do want to end the video by also mentioning this. She really doesn't need to do Weight Watchers. Her thing is she just needs to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. And she doesn't even have to eat healthy foods, because we know that she does not like to eat healthy food. She likes to eat a lot of carb filled carbonated drinks. She likes to eat a lot of breads and pastas, despite claiming that she doesn't eat bread and pasta, or whatever she said in that video. But there was this I guess he was a scientist. He did this experiment in which he ate about 1,800 calories of Twinkies and junk food, and he walked about 8,000, 10,000 steps a day.
Twinkies, fudge rounds, and Little Debbie snack cakes, not exactly what we'd call diet foods, but a nutrition professor lost 30 pounds eating just that. Kansas State University professor Mark Haub spent 10 weeks eating Twinkies, brownies, zebra cakes, and corn pops. He consumed no more, now this is important, he consumed no more than 1,800 calories a day. Haub did this to prove that in weight loss, what matters most is the total calories in the food you're eating, not the nutritional value. But nutrition experts say this is not good for his long-term health.
And he lost weight at the end of the month because he was in a caloric deficit. So you using Weight Watchers as a crutch to find delicious and nutritious foods and share it with their audience, I just see that all as a grift. At this point, you are in your 30s, you should know what's healthy and what's unhealthy for you at this point in time. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. This has been Cringe Commentary, a channel that is solely focused on exposing the knuckleheads on the internet. Alexandra is like all the rest of them, but hey, I'm here for it. If you enjoy content like this, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. I'm Deidre Woods, and I'll see you next time.